the House today. So myself as the first speaker, I will tell you about the advantages for the Olympics itself, and my second speaker will talk about more of the tourism side that they will gain if they hold this in less well-known cities, and my third speaker will state out the advantages for the cities themselves. So first of all, as the first speaker, I want to tell you why we really support this motion. First, it's because the advantages for the Olympics itself. If we hold this kind of event in a very less well-known cities, these type of cities can attract way more audiences than ever, because the advantages that they will get as audience is the flight and the hotels that they will get. Because we know that less well-known cities don't cost that much to go. It's not the flight there. The flight to go there is not that expensive. So it is actually an advantage for the Olympics itself, because they will attract so much more audience because of how they can get there easily without any expensive cost. And also, secondly, if we hold this in a very less well-known cities, it can actually be way more comfortable for the audiences that they will audiences of the Olympics itself, because first there will be less traffic. There will be less traffic, and also less traffic for the athletes and the people. So it is going to be way more comfortable and also less rubbish. As we know, nowadays, Olympics tend to conduct their events in areas such as Brazil, for example. Those type of cities have so much population. So this is what we do support as the affirmative team. We would like to hold this kind of event in less well-known cities for the comfortable of the athletes and also the audience, because of how comfortable and good environment that the less well-known cities have. And also, I want to characterize what less well-known cities that we meant as the affirmative side of the house. We're not talking about cities that have so many rubbish. For example, Manila, for example. We are talking based on www.stopvisa.us.org. The well-known city based on this website is actually like Atlanta, Georgia, and also Salt Lake City, Utah. So basically, these type of less well-known cities that we want to support on conducting this type of event have the facilities that we need. They have a very good environment, and also the big spaces for the events to be conducted, and also big stadiums. So this is why we do believe that as the affirmative side of the house, it will be way much comfortable for both parties, which are the Olympics and also the audience that will go to this kind of event. So that's why us as the affirmative side of the house, we would like to support this motion. Thank you.
You have 60 seconds to prepare before I call up the next speaker. Student ID. Later.
Why? A very good afternoon I bid to the honorable educator, friends from the affirmative side, beloved teammates, and members of the floor. We, from the negative side, firmly oppose to this motion, which is that the Olympics should hold their events in less known cities. First of all, the Olympic Games or the Olympics are leading international sporting events featuring summer and winter sports competitions in which thousands of athletes from around the world participate in a variety of competitions. So this actually shows how big and prestigious the Olympics are. And less known cities, in my opinion, does not bring fame to the game. Why? Because less known cities are known to have lesser population, and they have less technology, or is mainly not the best. So don't you think that hosting at somewhere less renowned will actually tarnish the reputation of the Olympics from actually being a grand event? An event that is looked up to, a very prestigious one held in a city that not everyone knows. Don't you think that this will not only attract less viewers, but it will actually tarnishes the reputation of the Olympics itself? All this while, the Olympics have been hosted at renowned cities such as the Athens, Pyeongchang, and Beijing. And people will question why. Why, after all this while, you want to shift the Olympics into somewhere not renowned? This is a very, in my opinion, it's quite absurd, because the targeted viewers are mainly or majority exist in urban cities. They have the gadgets to watch the game, they are more prominent to love the Olympics more and give more support. Plus, known cities have better infrastructure and technology to be presented to the world. As we know, the Olympics is a worldwide event and it actually needs to maintain a highly positive media exposure. So being a country that actually hosts the Olympic, would you rather window a very a nice city or a less known city, as we can actually see the difference in the infrastructure itself? So I think this will cause controversy as it will be hard first in medium of transportation for the fans to actually get to the city and to get to the site of the Olympics. And I believe that this actually we should consider the targeted groups in the cities first, as they are more dominant. So I believe that the Olympics should continue be held in renowned cities and not in less known cities for the betterment of the games itself. That I thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm standing here as the second speaker from the affirmative side of the House who would like to tell you about the further implications about this case. But first of all, before going to my arguments, by holding the Olympic events in the less well-known cities, it would not harm the reputations of the Olympic itself, ladies and gentlemen. The watchers or the audience of the Olympics are from around the world. There are 3.6 billion of people that are watching the Olympic Games, ladies and gentlemen. So even if it's being held in a less well-known cities, it doesn't affect the numbers of the watchers due to how big the name of the Olympic is. It doesn't matter whether the Olympics are being held in a well-known city or a less well-known cities. It will not affect the number of audience or the watcher for the Olympics Games, ladies and gentlemen. And secondly, less well-known city doesn't mean they are a poor city. They will still have a transportation, they have a good facilities, and they have a good amount of population. So this will not bring disadvantage to the Olympic Games itself, ladies and gentlemen. And going to my argument is that first, it will give benefit to the cities. Olympic events is such a huge event held every year in different countries and cities, such as Sydney in 2002, Athens in 2004, Beijing in 2008, and Pyeongchang in 2018. This shows that Olympic events are this shows how big the Olympic events are, and these Olympic events are only focusing on holding their events in a well-known cities and in a developed country. They are not aware enough of the cities that are not that popular, and by bringing Olympic events to a less well-known cities, it will help that less well-known cities solve their economic problems and help them to promote their cultures or their city. Last year, based on www.statista.com, there are 3.6 billion viewers who are watching the Olympic Games. And imagine exposing these less well-known cities to the 3.6 billions of people. It will give a lot of advantages to the cities itself, ladies and gentlemen. The Olympic events help them to promote their cultures, increase their tourism side, and introduce them to the foods or the cultures that they have and any other things that the city have. So why do we need the Olympic events for helping them to expose them? Because as I said before, Olympic events is so big and it happens regularly, and it happens like four years once a 4 years. So these Olympic events have a lot of impact, have a lot of effect for the cities to help them promote or expose their cities. And so by holding the Olympic events in a less well-known country, it gives advantages to both stakeholders that are included here. As my first speaker already said, it will give advantage to the Olympic party and to the city itself.